טוב, חברים, אני מתרגשת. כשהייתי ילדה צעירה, למדתי בבית ספר על הרצל, ואני מרגישה שאני חיה את ההיסטוריה. איזה מזל שהיה הרצל. רק בזכותו הגעתי לבית הזה ולארץ הזאת. אז for 2000 years, our people had a dream that seemed impossible. Herzl made the impossible to be possible. My parents too, who lived in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, put this dream into one word: Jerusalem. They were people who could not read and write, but they knew to tell us stories about this dream. Every night, my father described to us this Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, there are trees that give milk and honey. And under these trees are lions and sheep. Where is this Jerusalem? When my father would say the word Jerusalem, he said this word with great love and kissed every letter of this holy word. So I learned to dream of Jerusalem. I learned to long for this Jerusalem. One night, my father said that the Messiah is coming tonight. Father, how does the Messiah look like? My father said, the Messiah will wear a t-shirt and sandals. I met the Messiah. He was the shaliach of the Jewish agency. We made Aliyah in 1964 and were sent to live in a transit camp in Beersheba. As a little girl who did not grow up in Israel, and I didn't know to speak a language, how did I know to love Israel? I understood how to love Israel from my father's stories, because the Jewish people is a nation of stories that are passed on from generation to generation. But also, I learned to love Israel from songs. Every Wednesday on the radio, there was a song about Israel. I was 10 years old. I would wait for Wednesday. This is the way I heard it the first time in my life about the Hermon mountain, about Kever Rachel. But one sentence from a poem by Natan Alterman named Morning Song, Shir Boker, touched me. In this song, you know this song, בהרים כבר השמש מלהטת, ובעמק עוד נוצץ הטל, אנו אוהבים אותך מולדת, בשמחה, בשיר ובעמל, ככה אוהבים מדינה, בשמחה כשכואב, בשיר ובעבודה ובעמל. This is only the way that I know how to love this country. But one sentence is, what else has not yet given, we will let you have. מה עוד לא נתנו וניתן. And I asked myself what I can give to this country. And I didn't know that I would pay the ultimate price. I will give my two dear sons. 12 years ago, on the eve of Passover, 3 angels knocked on my door. No, they didn't bring with them the prophet Eliyahu. Rather, they were the bearer of terrible news. My second son, Eliraz, 32 years old, and a father of 4 little children. The biggest was 6 years old. The little was 2 months old. And the deputy commander of Golani Battalion 12 was killed fighting terrorists in the Gaza Strip. As soon as I saw who was outside my home, I slammed the door. I shut the blinds so that no one could enter. When they finally did come in, I grabbed their hand and begged them, don't say a word, don't deliver the news. Just let me have my son for 1 more minute. Because as long as you don't say those horrible final words, my Eliraz still lives. This has to be a mistake, I explained, for I had already paid the ultimate price for our country's survival a dozen years earlier. Uriel, my beloved son, firstborn, was killed in the battle in Lebanon at the tender age of 22. And his F that was not painful enough, my dear husband Eliezer, unable to bear the loss of Uriel, died 5 years after that of a broken heart. So it was Erev Pesach. We were gathered for the Seder without Eliezer, without Uriel, and now without Eliraz. We cried when we read from the Haggadah, Bechol dor vador omdim alenu lechalotenu. In every generation, they rise us to destroy us. In Uriel's generation, it was the Hezbollah in Lebanon. In Elirazet, it was the Hamas in Gaza. And today is in Tehran. לצערי, שמענו הבוקר איפה האיום הגדול על מדינת ישראל, היכן הוא נמצא. My sons were sensitive, modest, and observant. They did not wish for war, nor did they relish the thought of combat. But when called upon to defend their people, they did not hesitate. They simply said, Ima, it's our turn. Uriel and Eliraz were as close in life as they are now in death. Both are buried on Mount Herzl. And every time I arrive at Mount Herzl, I have to choose which grave to hug first. It's not normal, not right, not fair for a mother to have to bury 2 of her sons. A mother should have to decide which son to hug first, not which grave to visit. These are not choices a mother should be forced to make. So what do I do with this pain and sorrow? I can spend my life crying over my fate. I can also choose not to get up in the morning. But for me, this is not an option. I choose to continue living and to thank God every morning. I thank God that for what I have now, today, at this moment. I thank God that I managed to stand on my own 2 feet, that I see, that I eat, that I am here today. מי חלם שאני אגיע לבאזל? אני שם מהרי האטלס. מי חלם? Because I know that there are people who are incapable of doing even this. My choice to live is the victory over the enemy who killed my sons, because what they really wanted was to break my spirit, to destroy my ability to choose, to rise, and to do. I turned my grief into a new melody, a melody of love to my special nation, to my special country. Thank you. Since my son Uriel fell in Lebanon in 1998, and to this day, each week, I meet and lecture thousands of citizens of the State of Israel and the diaspora. I have chosen to be worthy of my sons, and therefore every day I meet with teenagers, soldiers, people from Shabak, Mossad, bereaved parents. I try to strengthen them, their spirit of commitment to the country and the Jewish people, and find strength in times of crisis, and plant in them the spirit of unity and hope, love of this homeland, and doing good. I talk to them about the human ability to rise and to build from the crisis that befell them. In my meetings with the Jewish people, I emphasize what unifies us. We come here from many cultures and many countries, but we share the same history, the same dream of Herzl, the same heritage, the same ahava to our nation. We have much more in common than what is indifferent between us. My dear friends, Herzl's dream, my parents' dream, and the dream of our people has come true. Now, Baruch Hashem, we have amazing country. It is our responsibility to continue this dream and this amazing story of the Jewish people. The way to do this is through Jewish unity. In the vision of prophet Isaiah, he describes how different animals can live together. And he says that the wolf will live with the sheep and the lion will lie with the lamb. This is his vision of peace, that the lion will continue to be lion and the sheep continue to be the sheep, but they can live together. So we stand before a big challenge to learn how to live together, feel responsibility and respect for each other. Hannah Senesh, the famous Zionist poet and paratrooper who worked to rescue Jews during the Holocaust, wrote, "A voice called out and I went. I went because the voice called. Kol Karali." I believed that today the mission of the Jewish nation is to create a new voice, a call of love and acceptance, a call of unity between all different types of Jewish, Orthodox, Reform, secular, religious, left and right. The picture of my nation includes everybody, men, women, the people of Israel, and the Jewish of the diaspora, who could have different thoughts, but we are brothers, sisters. We are one family, one nation, one people, and the land of Israel is the homeland of all the Jewish people. Because of that, all of us have a responsibility for the future of this state. Only when we are united, when we can stand before our enemies. The story of our nation is the story of the dreamers that share the same goal and march together to achieve that goal and never, never lost hope. And בעברית, לפני 125 שנה עמד כאן הרצל השאיפה אז הייתה להקים בית לעם היהודי, אבל לא רק בית כמקלט, אלא בית מוסרי. הקומה הראשונה בחזון של הרצל הושלמה. מדינת ישראל קמה. עכשיו אנחנו נדרשים להקים את הקומה השנייה. עלינו להתרכז בבניין העם, בניין חברה שתהיה גאווה ומעוררת כבוד בקרב אומות העולם. זאת הקריאה שצריכה לצאת מכאן, לבנות את קומת הרוח של עם ישראל. ויש לנו מצפן. יש לנו מצפן שיורה לנו את הדרך, היהדות, השורשים שלנו, האמונה שלנו, היחד שלנו, זה המצפן שלנו. כי היהדות תמיד שאפה ליצור חברה שבנויה על יסודות של משפט, של צדק, של חסד, של רחמים, של כבוד הבריות וקדושת החיים. זאת האחריות שמוטלת עלינו, וכשנצא מכאן אנחנו יוצאים לשנה חדשה. אני מאחלת לכולנו שהקדוש ברוך הוא יברא לנו לב חדש, לב שבו שריר האהבה יעבוד, וכשיש אהבה יש בניין עם. העם יכול להיבנות רק ממקום של אהבה. ואני מאחלת לכולנו, כל אחד במקום שלו, שיעשה את המיטב, יעשה את המיטב כדי לשנות במקום שלו, אם זה בשיח, אם זה במילה טובה, לדבר טוב על העם שלנו, לדבר רק בחוכמה ובאהבה עלינו, לדבר בשיח, בדיאלוג מכבד, אולי רק בדברים הקטנים. לפעמים לא צריך רק חלומות גדולים. היום אנחנו זקוקים גם לחלומות קטנים שאנחנו יכולים לבצע כל אחד במקום שלו. כך אנחנו נוכל לבנות את רוח האומה היהודית. כי נצח ישראל קיים, שום דבר לא ישבור אותו. ואיך אומר אריק איינשטיין? אני ואתה נשנה את העולם. כל אחד שיושב פה משנה את העולם. ואני רוצה להציע שבשנה הבאה יהיה כאן קונגרס של מי? של הנוער הציוני היהודי מכל העולם. אני רוצה לראות כאן בני נוער עומדים על הבמה הזאת, מדברים בשפה של אהבה, של אחריות, של חזון לבניין קומת הרוח של עם ישראל. שתהיה לנו שנה טובה, שנה של בשורות טובות, שנה של שלום לעם ישראל ולכל העולם.